Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to decode the secret language that really unlocks the true power of AI. If you're tired of getting those frustrating super generic answers and you want to start generating brilliant, actually useful results, well, you are in exactly the right place.
I mean, does this quote hit home for you? It feels like you're dealing with a lazy person who doesn't want to help you. If you've ever felt that exact frustration trying to get something useful out of an AI like ChatGPT or Gemini, you are definitely not alone. You ask it to do something and it just spits back this, well, what one user called boilerplate blog spam. Or even worse, it basically just tells you to Google it. So frustrating.
So what if I told you the problem isn't really the AI at all? It's the instructions. It's how we talk to it. The solution is this surprisingly simple skill that honestly anyone can learn, and it's what transforms that AI from a lazy intern into a legit world-class assistant.
Okay, let's dive right in. All right, so first up, why your AI disappoints. You know, how we go from that boilerplate blog spam to brilliant results. The thing is, the quality of an AI's output doesn't matter if it's for a business plan or a movie script, it hinges entirely on the quality of your input. So if you're getting garbage out, it's probably time to look at the prompts you're feeding in.
And these? These are the usual suspects, the common pitfalls that lead to all that frustration. Being too vague. That's probably the #1 culprit. But it's also super easy to just overload a single prompt with way too many tasks. Or, forget to give it the context it needs. And let's be honest, we're all guilty of treating the AI like it's a mind reader, or just hitting regenerate on the same failed prompt, hoping for a different result. Yeah, none of these are going to get you anywhere fast. And this quote from the Talingo guide just nails it. You can get much more out of the same building blocks with a systematic approach and instructions. See, it's not about being some coder or a machine learning genius. It's about providing clear instructions. Seriously, think of it like a Lego set. That skill, that's what we call prompt engineering, and it's your absolute key to getting predictable, high-quality results every time. Okay, so if systematic instructions are the key, what do they actually look like? Well, let's get into the perfect prompt formula. This is how you become a clear communicator for your AI. We're going to break this down into a simple but really powerful formula. This is where we stop just asking lazy questions and start directing the AI.
So, according to a guide from Google, a really great prompt has 4 core parts. Think of it like a recipe. First, persona. You give the AI a role. Second, task. You state exactly what you want. Third, context. You give it the why. And finally, format. You tell it how you want the output to look. Just thinking through each of these 4 things transforms your request from a vague idea into a comprehensive brief that the AI can actually execute.
Let's talk about that first one, the persona pattern, because this is a total game changer. When you tell the AI to act as a security expert or even act as a sarcastic marketing expert, you're not just playing pretend. What you're actually doing is focusing its enormous brain. You're helping it lock onto the right knowledge, adopt the right tone, and pull up all the specific details that a real expert in that job would know. And right here, you can see the night and day difference this makes. On the one hand, you have write me a blog post about social media. I mean, that's a recipe for a totally generic, useless article, right? But now look at the specific prompt. It's got the persona, act as an expert content creator. It's got the task, the word count, the topic, the audience, even the tone. Make it informal and fun. That is how you get a targeted, genuinely useful result.
So, at the end of the day, a well-crafted prompt isn't just a question. You have to think of it as a clear roadmap. It's for a very, very smart assistant who is also incredibly literal. You're the one holding the map, and you have to guide it to the exact destination you have in your mind.
All right, so once you've got that basic formula down, we can move on to some more advanced stuff. Let's talk about techniques for pro results. These are simple moves, but they have a huge impact. This is how you level up your game and tackle even more complex and demanding tasks. Okay, here's a great one. For really complex problems, especially with stuff like math or logic or coding, don't just ask for the final answer. You can actually ask the AI to show its work. This technique is called chain of thought prompting. It forces the model to break the problem down into smaller, logical steps, and it dramatically improves its reasoning and accuracy. And get this, it can be as simple as adding this one magic phrase to your prompt,
Let's think step by step. That's it. Just adding that can unlock its reasoning ability. It forces the AI to slow down, to work through the logic sequentially, kind of like a human would. And it makes it way less likely to just jump to the wrong conclusion.
Now, for more nuanced tasks, especially when you need a very specific style or format, you can actually guide the AI by giving it examples. So, zero-shot prompting is when you just give it the task with no examples at all. That's fine for simple stuff, but few-shot prompting, that's where you give it, say, 1 to 10 examples of what you want. It's like showing it a sample, and it helps the AI nail exactly what you're looking for. The results are often way more accurate.
Okay, this next one is just incredible. Some of these models can even improve their own work. It's a process called the self-refinement loop. Here's how it works. First, you have it generate something. Then you literally prompt it to critique its own output and find the flaws. And finally, you tell it to use that critique to refine the original. It's this amazing iterative loop of self-improvement all within one conversation.
And that self-refinement loop, it really highlights a core principle for us humans too. Iteration is everything. Prompt engineering is not a one-and-done deal. If a prompt doesn't work, please don't just repeat it. You got to tweak it, refine it, experiment, change the persona, add an example. Keep iterating until you get the performance you're looking for.
All right, so now you know how to build a great prompt. But this brings us to the bigger picture, prompting responsibly and effectively. Because getting great results also means choosing the right tool for the job and, understanding the ethical responsibilities that come with all this power. Because not all AIs are created equal.
And they really do have different strengths. Think of it like a toolbox. ChatGPT is a powerhouse for just general conversation and text-based tasks. Gemini really shines when you need it to connect to other tools, especially Google Workspace, because it can pull real-time info from your Gmail or Drive. And then there's Claude, which many pros prefer for really high-quality, nuanced writing and coding, since it's fantastic at mimicking specific styles. But using these tools effectively isn't just about getting cool outputs. It's also about being responsible. As researchers are stressing, prompt engineering is actually a crucial intervention for mitigating AI bias. The way we write our prompts is a powerful tool for fighting back against the harmful biases that these systems can sometimes amplify. So this brings us to your ethical checklist. A few simple rules to always keep in mind. First, be vigilant. Actively look for and mitigate bias. Second, and this is a big one, never input sensitive personal or company information into public AI tools. Third, always fact-check the output. These AIs can and do hallucinate, which is a fancy way of saying they just make stuff up. Remember, at the end of the day, you own the final output, so you've got to use these tools wisely.
And there you have it. You've gone from being a passive user who just asks questions to an active collaborator who gives clear, powerful instructions. You've basically unlocked a new superpower. So the question isn't really, what can the AI do anymore? The real question is, what can you create with it? Now that you have the instructions, what will you build?